Vic Fangio said that on Sunday the defense is going to have to rush as a unit because it's so hard to sack Mahomes. All right, well, back to you, Chris and Shanae.
Well, hopefully he plays the way he did against the Broncos on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, again, this game is happening in Germany. So exciting. But if you didn't know, our very own NBC 6 morning anchor Constance Jones has pretty close ties to Germany.
Well, about as close as you can get.
Right.
She was born there.
She's
in Stuttgart. Her family is like tens of thousands of other American families, has a military connection to our country. My father was stationed in Berlin. Her father was stationed in Germany. It's a relationship that still exists today. Soldiers working and raising their families overseas. So she joins us live this morning with her family's story. And it all began not far from where you are standing right there, Constance.
You're exactly right. The love story that I'm going to get to in just a few minutes. But today, there are about 35,000 American service members stationed right here in the country of Germany. Now, at the height, after the war, after World War II, there were nearly 400,000 soldiers that were stationed across the country, most of them here in Frankfurt. Chris, you mentioned your dad was stationed in Berlin. My dad was stationed right outside of Frankfurt in Würzburg and also in Stuttgart. That's where he met my mother. It was the 70s, and it was likely love at first sight for my parents, George and Ursula Jones.
There were lots of discos.
Yeah.
And we did meet at a disco.
There they are in their flyest gear.
So we were dancing all over the place.
Yes.
Wearing high heel shoes, my wife wearing miniskirt and all this stuff here.
This year, they celebrate 50 years of marriage. My parents tying the knot at Stuttgart City Hall, just south of Frankfurt. After World War II, thousands of U.S. troops were stationed in Germany. And just weeks after high school graduation, my dad enlisted.
Instead of sending me to Vietnam, they sent me to Germany.
Serving in the U.S. Army Rangers Special Operations Force, my father provided top secret security for missiles in Germany.
It is a Persian nuclear missile unit, the only unit of its type in the United States Army.
Meanwhile, my mother was busy raising my sisters and I.
There was really no way to just pick up a phone and call the husband if something was going on. Now
Hello?
the challenge was mainly that he was gone a whole lot. But by then, I think our girls were used to it, and they really enjoyed being in Germany.
Over the years, the U.S. cut back on its military presence in Europe, but there are still thousands of military families stationed across the country, providing an important diplomatic service for the United States. So as far as for my family, my father had several tours of duty here in Germany, in Stuttgart, obviously where I was born and where he met my mother, and also outside of Würzburg as well, where I was a Girl Scout. I told that story as well. That's where really my sisters and I grew up for a couple of years. So there's still a very large presence. And during the game this weekend, the military will also be involved with a number of activities. So we're going to have more on that coming up later in the show. Back to you guys.
Constance, I know you had a chance to talk to some soldiers while you're there in Frankfurt. Just what is it like for an American soldier? And I know you can speak firsthand with your father spending time there, my father spending time there as well. But what is it like for soldiers, American soldiers today, spending time in Frankfurt and all across Germany?
Well, Frankfurt, something that's very interesting about Germany, and that's likely because of the war, nearly half of Germans, they speak English. So there's a strong American-German connection, a friendship that spans over decades. And what's even more exciting is the NFL being here in town. So everyone that I've talked to, they are so excited about the game. Everyone wants a ticket to get in. And so the NFL has done a really good job at making sure that our armed forces are included in the game. In fact, I'm going to be speaking with a Marine later today. He's going to be a part of the color guard during the game. So it's a lot of fun. It's very exciting. Of course, make sure you tune in later today as well. Sarah Cardona is here with me in Deutschland and Germany as we work on stories, unique stories about our Dolphins fans and, of course, the team, everything that's happening with the big game this weekend. And, of course, on Sunday morning, stick with NBC 6. The news starts at 7 a.m., followed by a pre-game show with the latest on the teams, the fans from Germany, and how South Florida is watching. Then game coverage starts at 9 o'clock. And hang in with us for the big post